Last year, for the Spooktober Spectacular, I made a video discussing what if all of the Adventure Digimon Dark Digivolved just like Ty's Skull Greymon. But over the past year, because of your support, this channel has leveled up, and now we get to do a ton more custom art videos. So instead of finding existing Digimon and finding ways to make them work as Dark Digivolutions, I have teamed up once again with the frightfully talented Weirdomon to give custom Dark Digivolutions to the Adventure partner Digimon.
It's Karn's Spooktober Spectacular.
What is up, digital creatures? My name is Karn EX, and welcome back to Karn's Spooktober Spectacular. And if it's not welcome back, you really should subscribe now before a ghost comes and harvests your soul. I heard they're doing that this year. It's kinda messed up. So I'd subscribe if I were you. And yes, today we are giving custom Dark Digivolutions to the Adventure cast. Some of the picks from last year I really liked, especially Skullbalukimon for Garurumon, but I think as we have the opportunity to explore it with custom art, I just thought it'd be really fascinating to go another way with it. Instead of just finding 7 Digimon that are the closest thing to Skull Greymon, what if all of them got something more personal and less spony? And as it's Spooktober, Weirdomon and I also agreed it'd be pretty fun to give each of these new Dark Digivolutions designs inspired by famous horror or horror adjacent characters. And now before you say, oh Karn, that's so weird, Digimon would never do that, Dundevimon is based on Venom and Boltmon takes huge inspiration from Frankenstein's monster. And there are myriad other examples too of Digimon being based on existing properties and characters, so this is actually super on brand for them. And I think just brings an extra level of depth and scariness to these Dark Digivolutions. Alrighty, first up is Birdramon's Dark Digivolution. Love is a great crest to twist, and I always want to see a more bird-like alternate to Garurumon. Obviously Garurumon is also bird-like, but it has a lot of humanoid parts, which kind of get lost when it becomes Phoenixmon again. So Weirdomon corrupted Birdramon into her dark ultimate, Clawdramon, inspired by the 1957 B-movie The Giant Claw. I love this design, as I said, because it feels more unique to Birdramon, this frightening vulture-like form feeling like an appropriate corruption. There's no specific episode of the original adventure I think would be most appropriate for this, but I do think that Sora's love for her friends and family could be easily manipulated to cause a Dark Digivolution, especially if she was desperate for Biyomon to digivolve to fight Myotismon or something. So this is the twisted, feral side of that love. I also think Clawdramon fills a purpose we're somewhat missing in another respect, a connection between Birdramon and the virus Mega Ornismon. Then, for Togemon's Dark Digivolution, Weirdomon was inspired by Little Shop of Horrors Audrey 2, and so Togemon Dark Digivolves to become Flytrapmon, of course taking its name from the Venus flytrap, because Venusmon is taken and Flymon is taken. This Digimon's mouth that feeds on insect Digimon actually opens up to reveal its true form underneath. The corrupted ultimate keeping the femininity of Lilymon but twisting it into much more of a honeypot, if you will. Mimi first activated her crest in episode 35 of Adventure, during a fight where Dark Tyrannomon threatened her parents. So Mimi's purity or sincerity activating in a dark or fearful way in response to this threat is very believable to me. I could see Flytrapmon being easily able to digivolve to Hydramon, and also would be best of friends with the newly revealed Orleamon from Ghost Game. Then for Kabuterimon, a fun connection is that Izzy's Crest of Knowledge was activated during an escape from Weirdomon, the alien Digimon. And as we're going for a horror theme, wouldn't it be fun if some of Weirdomon's data fueled the evolution that Izzy's dark determination triggered? Thus, Kabuterimon is transformed into its dark ultimate, Uchu Kabuterimon. Uchu means space in Japanese, and of course for this devastatingly devious Kabuterimon evolution, Weirdomon took big inspiration from the Xenomorph of the Alien franchise. Then for Joe and Ikkakumon, I again don't know if there's a perfect episode for Ikkakumon to Dark Digivolve to, and maybe that's just because I haven't rewatched Adventure in a while. But given Joe gets his crest in episode 16, aka the Skull Greymon episode, I think we can kind of make this Dark Digivolution work in the next 20 episodes, before Zudomon finally debuted in episode 36. Joe had his crest for 20 episodes before he got to use it, Jesus. I also thought it'd be nice to keep more aquatic elements from Plesiomon here in addition to the Zudomon/Vikemon influence, and so Weirdomon created Megalomon, inspired by Jaws, and of course the Megalodon, this fearsome Dark Digivolution would be indiscriminate in who it attacked, with its powerful jaws. Hey! This also gives us another Shark Digimon, which we are sorely lacking in, so always nice to at least have more fan-made options, and combine some of that Weirdomon/Ikkakumon fur with the Plesiomon aquatic animal themes as I talked about earlier. A detail I really like here is how Weirdomon put a slashed scar through the crest of reliability, tattoo indicating the destruction or corruption of that crest. Angemon is a fun one. TK and Patamon being so youthful I think makes corrupting them fun any way you cut it, and pretty much any episode could warrant it. So Angemon Dark Digivolves to a new form in Slashermon. This Jason and Freddy Krueger design is such a breath of fresh air. It's nice to see Devimon and Devimon adjacent corruptions for angelic Digimon, but leaning into two horror icons to create something demonic rather than strictly devilish is wickedly inspired from Weirdomon. I'm a really big fan of the overcoat acting as sort of mock wings, as well as those Digimon stripes that you see on Digimon like Greymon, Brachiomon, etc., being folded into the Freddy-esque sweater. From top to bottom, a terrifying embodiment of hopelessness, ready to hack and slash from hell. And then is Gatomon, and I mean, Wizardmon's death, right? It just has to be the trigger. It's what initially caused Angemon to appear, so it certainly is no stretch of the imagination to picture it triggering a Dark Digivolution instead. With that said, the darkness hidden inside the light spills out from inside Gatomon and Dark Digivolves her to Trickstermon. The fear, sorrow, and darkness coming forth from inside Gatomon to create a wicked shapeshifter Digimon capable of assuming any form it sees fit to cause distress and violence, inspired by the movie Species. I see Trickstermon as being the feminine counterpart to Betsumon, but going further in her wickedness than Betsumon ever could. The form also makes me think of the sort of in-between stage we see during Gatomon's evolution sequence to Angemon, which feels very fitting for this misshapen mistake of a Dark Digivolution. And then Garurumon and Matt. The negative energy from Matt not believing in his ability to maintain his friendship with the other Digidestined during the Dark Masters arc manifests in transforming Garurumon into Lycanmon. Werewolf mythos and movies like American Werewolf as well as Cujo informed Weirdomon's design process here. A look at what would happen if Garurumon became a fully feral werewolf, completely out of control and foaming at the mouth, ready to pounce on its prey. This freakish beast is marked by the same bat symbol Myotismon has, indicating its turn to the darkness, which would be particularly frightening in the Dark Masters arc. And that does bring us to Skull Greymon. And now Weirdomon has crafted these incredible Dark Digivolutions themed about horror and generally scary cultural icons. It would almost be rude not to give Greymon one too, right? So while Skull Greymon remains the OG, one more Greymon variant can't hurt, especially when the negative energy, instead of hollowing out Greymon, instead became the burning flame of courage, twisted to malice, and forced Greymon to Dark Digivolve to Shin Greymon. Taking design inspiration from Shin Godzilla, this flaming molten Greymon is an active biohazard that can scorch Earth just by walking on it. A terrifying abomination only possible because of the cowardice of humanity. Shin Greymon is the penance of the digital world on humanity. Phew, Dark Digivolution sure does get dark, huh? And there they are, all of our Dark Digivolutions for the Adventure cast created by Weirdomon. If you love this art as much as I did, please do go check out Weirdomon on Twitter and Instagram. He also has a Ko-fi now if you want to donate. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this get commissioned, you can also donate to me by becoming a channel member like the wonderful people you're about to see, including my Sovereign ZDK14 and my Digidestined Tamers and Karn Club, who make videos like this possible, especially when we don't have sponsors. The channel members are absolutely incredible and are instrumental. I cannot wait to show them and all of you watching the rest of the custom art videos we have for Spooktober. Check out the video below me because it's one that YouTube knows will scare you the most from my channel, and I will see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.